Good morning, everyone. We're about to bring you the latest COVID-19 UAE updates. However, if you found this podcast through an article, which so many of you are doing, please hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcasts so you can get your Dubai news daily. Good morning, Dubai. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to the Lovin Daily. We're so excited to be with you at the start of a new day. I'm here with Ali Baba. Hello, Ali Baba.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
I am going to be checking with you how you're getting on with Dubai's Fitness Challenge later in the show. And also, we'll be talking to Vicky Matheson, who's a Dubai resident, talking about her experiences that's coming on later in the show. Also, the latest COVID-19 updates in the UAE. As you know, every single Tuesday there's a press media briefing. We get the latest updates directly from the government and we have all of those updates for you. Also, the fact that His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, ruler of Dubai, he actually received the COVID-19 vaccine yesterday, which is shocking news. But we'll take you into our first story, which you may be watching. I'd love to get your thoughts as a Dubai resident. Is this something you're watching? Is this something you are keeping on top of? It's been all over headlines for months and months and months. The day is finally here. It's election day in the States, the 2020 US elections, and it's still too close to call. So the votes are coming in thick and fast, but so far there is no clear winner of the US 2020 election. We have 50,000 Americans living here in the UAE, but also many people around the world are watching on. Right now, like I said, it's very close. There have been no shock state wins so far. Democratic-leaning states voting for Biden, Republican states voting for Trump, which is expected. Biden didn't actually get the wave of wins recent polls suggested that he might, but that does not actually mean that Trump is the clear winner. And right now, as Arizona is a key state, and Biden is currently leading there. So actually, if you check, and we have some of the photos up beside us, it's coming in. So it's 270 to win electoral votes. Joe Biden is at 209. Trump is at 118. It's heading into the evening there in the US. So they're going to go asleep or sit up watching it with popcorn all night. Although it's not a movie, it's real life. And maybe it's not popcorn you want to be watching with. However, before the election, people were talking about what's going to happen on election day. Will there be disruptions? Polling stations, there's been no disruptions there, which is great news. And if you just have a quick look, we can see Joe Biden, like I said, 209 electoral votes. So far, the vote count is 56 million for Joe Biden, Donald Trump, 55 million. And we're just going to keep on top of those results throughout the day. Is it something you're keeping track of, Ali?
Of course, because whatever happens to like the United States, it also affects the entire world as well, because the amount of influence they have, worldwide. They it's also interesting to see who's the next president of the United States.
Yeah.
I was like growing up, I saw like Obama win twice, and then Trump came, and then so it's always interesting to see who's next and 100%. Who's going to lead the United States
through a very difficult time. And I wonder when history looks back, regardless if Trump wins or loses, and if he loses, it will be the first time a US president has lost his second term since George Bush's dad, which was many decades ago. But I think if history looks back at this time, they'll be definitely looking at the pandemic and how he dealt with that in
most probably,
and how whether or not he gets voted back in. Like I said, we'll be watching it throughout the day. 50,000 Americans in the UAE were able to vote if they got to the stations. I think there was a bigger increase in people kind of doing the votes from abroad. So that will definitely have an effect on the elections. And yeah, we'll get those results later on. Probably not today. Probably at the end of today here in the UAE, I think.
Probably end, probably late at night.
End of today, we'll be looking at it.
Time difference.
So still too close to call, like I said, but those are the latest updates. Moving in closer to home, the latest UAE COVID updates following last night's press briefing. Tuesday, as we know, means press briefing update. And the updates seem to be health focused, zoning in on the effect COVID can actually have on your body even after you recover. So this was at you can check all of these updates, by the way, on NCMA, which is where we get them. Basically, they're saying that the virus, it is possible for you to be reinfected with the virus after recovery. The body does develop antibodies, but the validity of these varies from disease to disease, some of which will last for life, and some will only last for a specified time period. So if you get COVID and you recover, you could still get it again.
Jeez, that's the news you don't want to hear.
It's the news you don't want to hear, but it's a reminder because
Yeah.
let's say some people have it, they're asymptomatic, and then you kind of can go around thinking, oh, it's okay now, I'm fine.
Yeah.
You are not. Also, they said changes and developments in the virus over time may affect your immunity and its persistence in the human body. We advise you not to believe information from unknown sources or use unlicensed treatments or home remedies without contacting accredited health centres. Now, this comes from news that happened throughout the week. Maybe you heard us talk about it on the Daily, that there was a WhatsApp viral story going around that if you take specific vitamins on a specific day, you could cure yourself.
Those WhatsApp broadcasts.
You cannot cure yourself.
People always believe that they're doctors and they send the right stuff on WhatsApp. So it's like it's no.
You know,
don't do that.
I have to say, at the very start of the virus, when there was so much information going around, and it was probably my mum or my sister who shared it with me, which is classic, like your auntie sharing it with you, and it was a 3-minute voice note about someone who was talking about maybe the doctor in Italy who said you have to do X, Y, and Z, and I was like, I listened to it like it was cold hard facts.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked to people about it because it was a very trusting, and we're about to speak to Vicky later in the show, have an interview with it. It was a Scottish accent, and and I know that sounds so silly, and it was a woman talking about a doctor that she had met. Not that a woman matters, makes a difference, and just giving information about how you can help yourself not get the virus. And I was like, oh, that's really interesting. But it's just so interesting that if you hear something that you think is reputable, you can share that on. But we're seeing so much disinformation, especially at this time, COVID related and other news. There's a lot of disinformation anyway. If it's on WhatsApp and it's not a reputable source, just don't share it, because the fact that people think that you could cure COVID with vitamins, taking them on daily, and that would not be everywhere as headline news.
It wouldn't be a pandemic if you can just take vitamins.
Exactly. Exactly. And they finally said community unity at a time of crisis, like right now, is a higher interest for all. So the fact that we all need to, trust each other as a community and also trust in the health procedures. It's so important, as the health procedures are based on science, the latest scientific, medical, and research tributaries. So that's the latest from NCEMA. Every single Tuesday we get those results. Just a quick run through the numbers, by the way. New cases stand at 1,008. Slight decline, but the fact that they're still over 1,000 every day, scary. New recoveries, 1,466. We're seeing an up curve in recoveries, which is fantastic. Total deaths, 503. There were 6 COVID-19 related deaths in the UAE yesterday. That's kind of quite a high number, although in comparison, in the last week, UAE mortality rate remains low, some of the lowest in the world. Total recoveries stand at 133,490, and total confirmed cases in the UAE are 136,149. We'll move on to our next story very quickly. The ruler of Dubai has taken the COVID-19 vaccine. This broke yesterday. Very surprising. Really cool. I think it just shows the trust in the vaccine. It shows that, frontline workers, they have it available to them. The ruler of Dubai has taken His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai. He tweeted it out yesterday, breaking news. He said, while receiving the COVID-19 vaccine today, we wish everyone safety and great health. We are proud of our teams who have worked relentlessly to make the vaccine available in the UAE. The future will always be better in the UAE.
I'm happy to see, I'm not surprised that Sheikh Mohammed, he's a frontier and he's a leader, he's a true leader. He's just, I'm a loss for words, as you can see.
Yeah, that's so true. Just a true leader.
Yeah.
I feel like a pandemic like this, everyone is in the trenches. Everyone. No one is immune. It's a virus that you can pick up on the lift if you press the wrong button and touch your nose. Like, no one is immune. Exactly. And to see His Highness the ruler of Dubai taking that vaccine when we know that it's available for frontline workers, and also it's a scary time and you want to know that he's protected.
Yeah.
And it also shows a lot of trust in the virus. It shows that, as we know, it didn't actually say, trust in the vaccine. It didn't say which vaccine it was. We can assume it's the Sinopharm vaccine that's been trialed on thousands of UAE residents. That's currently in phase 3 of testing. So we can assume, but that wasn't actually said in the announcement yesterday. But that's it from us. After the break, Vicky Matheson is on the show. She's doing Dubai Fitness Challenge for the 3rd year running, and she's telling us how you can find your 30. That running pun was just for you. No, but she's been doing it for 3 years, and she has some great insights in how to get your 30 in if you think that you don't have time in the day. She's actually doing it within her day at work. She's doing it after work. I just saw photos yesterday. She was walking the dogs on Dewa Corridor, which is how I got my 30 in yesterday. If anyone's done that walk, it's nice to be able to let the doggos off leash. And yeah, join us after the break very, very shortly. We have her on Zoom. Really cool. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with you after this message. Lovin Extra is here. This is the new membership, and while absolutely nothing changes for our readers, extra members get access to premium content, exclusive competitions, and first look for tickets and access to the coolest events across the city, and Lovin merch. If you subscribe right now, a very cool Lovin Red Eco Water bottle will be delivered to your door. Joined not in studio, but on Zoom by Vicky the Vibe. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? How are you doing?
Well, can I call you Vicky the Vibe or Vicky Matheson? Is that weird for you?
Either or, it's good. Yeah.
Either side. So
vibing around the city, you know.
Running, like you're kind of non-stop, and this is why we're kind of talking to you now. It's Dubai Fitness Challenge, and just for anyone just tuning in for the first time, and if they did not know what Dubai Fitness Challenge was, can you give a brief explanation of what it is and what you're doing?
Yeah, so this is the 4th year of Dubai Fitness Challenge, and basically the Dubai government, the UAE, have decided to have this amazing initiative where we're trying to get everybody moving and doing 30 minutes a day for 30 days. It doesn't matter what age you are, it doesn't matter how active you've been before, but this initiative lasts 30 days, and the city becomes alive with everybody out and moving. And because the weather that we've been waiting for is amazing just now, we can now get this a lot of these activities outside. Yeah,
100%. And you said it's not the UAE's first time doing it. It's back in the 4th year. Hopefully we're going to smash it this year, which is super exciting. And also it's not your first year doing it either. So you're kind of like a role model for people who need inspiration to get going. You're in your 3rd year. Did you complete it fully the other years?
Yes, so fully the other years. Even I used to have some traveling as well, to make sure, like this time last year I was in Vegas, so I made sure I got my 30 in there.
What?
Obviously now I'm out running the Vegas Strip.
No.
This year, of course, I'm teaching now, so I am a role model to my 5-year-old students. So we are trying to all get our 30 minutes in every day. So we've got basketballers, I've got footballers, I've got gymnasts, I've got runners. So I'm telling them what I'm doing, so that then they can also make sure they tick the box every day as well.
Well, that's very handy, because I feel like if I read, basically yesterday I had quite a long work day, and I was thinking if I incorporated my work with my fitness, and if that was kind of an initiative going. So in your school, all of the kids are getting their 30 minutes in, which is tricky in this time, right?
All of the kids, and we've also got a song that the head of secondary has actually recorded, so we've all got that we can do at break time. We've also got an in-house teacher challenge, so the teachers are against each other, but the PE department obviously have a bit of an advantage on us, but we're still, we're all, and you know, Casey, how much a teacher can walk in a day and move about. But my tip for anybody who finds that work is perhaps getting in the road, or I don't have time, is think about it the night before. When can you fit it in? Do you have time in the morning? I don't usually, because I need to be in school so early, but pack the bag so that potentially you can go straight from work, if you can, to do your exercise afterwards. And obviously you've got like Kite Beach. Down at Kite Beach, we've got the fitness village set up. So I've been on there at the weekend. I went on and I just registered, and then I reserved the kayaking. So you go down, scan the QR code, they let you in, and then you get free 30 minutes of activities down there. So I've already been done the kayaking there, and I've got a spin class booked for, I think, Thursday for that.
Really cool. So I've seen photos and videos. I haven't been down to Kite Beach yet, so I'm kind of like kicking myself because I want to get down. It's a fitness village. Can you describe to us what the fitness village is? Is it just kayaking, or is there more? What's going on?
So there's a village set up. So you go in and you have to show that you've registered and you're there for an activity. You can't just go in because obviously with COVID restrictions, you have to be masked up. You have to take your own yoga mat. I'm sure for the boxing as well, you have to take the boxing gloves. But obviously for the kayaking, they give you that. When I was there, I saw so many of the sanitization squad going round and cleaning everything afterwards, which is so good to see. They give out free water down there as well, so you don't have to worry if you've forgotten water. A lot of it is also in shade, so if you're doing the spinning or you're doing the yoga, it's in mini pavilions. And then there's other activities, like there's a golf, I think it's like a mini golf set up. There's some other, I think it's Fitbit and some other things set up, so you can go and explore while you're in there down at the village. Yeah, and on the track, obviously everyone is out running on the track, walking on the track. The Kareem bikes are down there. It's alive, but everyone's been really good with the restrictions with COVID as well, and keeping distance. Yeah,
that's so incredible. Like, I just think these types of setup, the fact that they're free in Dubai and Dubai does them for, like, it's really, really incredible. And I just wish like the whole world could actually see what Dubai was doing for Dubai Fitness Challenge. And you kind of mentioned the COVID restrictions. So is it different? Do you feel it's different this year to how you went through it last year? Is there a bit of a different vibe, or?
Yeah, I mean, especially with you having to book, their numbers are limited. So even when they had the stage before, or they had the big yoga event to kick it off. So one year we did it on the boulevard downtown, so the whole of the boulevard, you could go on the road, and that was incredible. And then they had it, and they would give you a free mat, but obviously it's changed. And that's the same with our running, you know, with obviously I'm with Adidas Runners. We've had to change our numbers for the running group and the yoga session. It's got to be less, because this is the time we're living in, but I'm so happy that it's still going on and we can all
it could easily just have been sacked off this year, and it wasn't. So the fact that you're able to get out and do, like you mentioned, kayaking, spinning, mini golf, it's all very, very cool. I want to ask another question, but before I do, obviously you're in your classroom right now, and you mentioned a song that your PE or that your secondary teacher made. What is the song?
It's Happy. Pharrell Williams, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's the song. So they do a dance to it. But usually we've got on different songs anyway that we do Zumba to. So the kids are already used to these songs. So it's nothing new for us to get up and get moving with a song, especially during their break and lunch times, where once they've had their food, we wait, you know, a little bit, and then we have that extra time. But even today, I clocked, we only did 20 minutes. So they all went home knowing, oh, I've still got 10 minutes to do. So they were away to do that. Yeah. It's
such a fantastic initiative. Now, before I leave you, for anyone who's never done it, I've watched the fitness challenge happen every single year. This is the first year that I'm taking part in my way. Why is it important for people who've never been involved before? Why is it important for them to get involved?
Well, obviously in the UAE, in Dubai as well, we have such a high number of obesity. You know, we're one of the highest populations in the world, I think, actually, of diabetes and obesity. So, you know, there's obviously the easiest way to get involved is to just start walking. You know, even last night I did a walk run. So I split it up like that. It doesn't always need to be that you're just full on going out playing basketball, doing a cartwheel. It doesn't need to be that. Start with walking. And even if you're at IKEA, imagine how many kilometers you can do doing that. If you want to take it another level, further, there's initiatives like the Dubai Ride that's coming up, which Nick Watson from Team Agelwolf is organising. So that's a community ride, not a race. And then there's the ladies triathlon as well that I'm doing as well. And that as well, you can do it as a team like I'm doing. So don't feel you need to go, you know, all out. And of course, try and find a friend to do it with. And it's always better, obviously social distance, but when you do it with a friend or with a community group, it makes such a difference, you know, motivating each other as well.
100%.
Baby steps.
Baby steps. That's exactly. So I'm with Alibaba. He's starting his re-energizing, getting back into it, and he's at 3K. He wants to get to 5 or 6K, and he just said today, baby steps. So 100% agree with you on that.
Just a minute each time, or 2 minutes each more, just baby steps, and by the end of the month you'll get there.
Get there. And 30 days you form a habit, and that's what we want everyone in Dubai to be doing, forming that habit. Vicky, I really appreciate your time out of your school day, out of your exercising. Thank you so much. Love your energy and your positivity as always. If people want to check out your page and keep on track of your journey, can you say your Instagram handle?
Yes, it's Vicky the Vibe with an I.
Vicky the Vibe with a guy. Guys, I just said Vicky the Vibe with a guy. Vicky the Vibe with an I, and we'll actually put it in writing so no one has to listen to me. Thank you so much for your time, guys. That is the Lovin Daily for today. We're back with you every single weekday morning, same time, same place. Bye bye. Guys, that is a wrap for the Lovin Daily. We are back same time, same place every weekday morning. And of course, don't miss the Lovin Show every Tuesday where I chat with Dubai personalities. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and have a great day.